We are live now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yetunde Ogedengbe, and I'm the International Officer for Africa. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, I will be talking generally about the University of Lincoln, and a special thanks to our agent, SIUK, who have actually organized this. First of all, I was going to talk about the university in general and all the program opportunities our audience will have and what you could gain from the university. So at the end of this presentation, I would encourage everyone, please, if you have a question, please feel free to pop that at the chat section. Then after the presentation, I'll take the questions one by one and answer them. I'm going to talk about the University of Lincoln. The University of Lincoln is a modern university. We have a city center campus in which one of our main buildings was opened by Queen Elizabeth II in 1996. Currently, we have about 16,000 students from over 100 countries. So yes, the University of Lincoln is very, very diverse because our international body is at 9% of the total student population. Talking about alumni, we have about 90,000 alumni who have actually studied from the university, and now they are in over 100 countries doing a lot of great and amazing things. In talking about our graduate prospects, you should be aware that coming to the University of Lincoln is coming to an institution that would develop you and give you a life-changing experience. So 96% of our graduates are either doing a graduate role or in further studies. And in the university, we have about 300 undergraduate and postgraduate courses. So the University of Lincoln, of course, is a trusted institution, especially when you're thinking of having a degree to boost your portfolio or increase your career prospects. I would like to talk about the ranking, which I know right now would be a very, very important information that you should know. So our university have been ranked top 10 in the UK for international students and postgraduate students, according to What Uni Student Choice Award 2020. So be rest assured that you are coming to a great citadel. I'm very sure as you're watching my presentation right now, one question will come into your mind: where exactly is University of Lincoln? Because most times that's the questions I get from people. The University of Lincoln is located at the heart of England in East Midlands, and we are connected to a very, very good range of transport routes. We are connected to bigger cities as well. We are just 50 minutes from Nottingham, and to Sheffield, we are 1 hour, 20 minutes. From London, we're just 2 hours with the train. So for every point and every time of the year, we do what is called the free pickup service, especially if you're a student here, if you've applied to the University of Lincoln and you're looking for more support on how you can be picked up. I will encourage, if you are, before I continue, I will encourage, if you are not muted, I will encourage you to please mute your mic so that everyone could hear the great information I'm here to share about. So at each point of the time in year, we all do what we call free pickup service. And the free pickup service is basically to support students who are coming directly from Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, or wherever you call it coming from. So, but for you to benefit from that, you definitely have to communicate with me, and then we can plan that ahead. So in terms of coming, we will normally expect students to come from London Heathrow. So that's like 3 hours drive from London to Lincoln. But of course, once you connect with us and then you are coming at a certain time in which you'll be doing free pickup service, you'll be benefiting from that. Now, about the university. The University of Lincoln have 4 main colleges. The first one is the College of Arts. The second is the College of Science. We have the College of Social Science and the Lincoln International Business School. So it's a college on its own, but it's called a business school. So for example, if we have a student here looking to study nursing or occupational therapy, you'll be situated under the College of Social Science in the School of Health and Social Care. And at the same time, if you have a student who is willing to do engineering, for example, or engineering management, MSc Engineering Management, such students will fall under the College of Science in the School of Engineering. If you're studying accounting, banking and finance, event management, hospitality program, sports, business, you fall under the Lincoln International Business School. So as you can see, the university have a variety, a range of programs in which you can choose from. Or if you have applied, I would say congratulations, and we look forward to receiving you. Of course, there are more information I'll need to share with you. I'm very sure for any of you that are actually watching me, wherever you're watching me from, either on a live webinar or on YouTube or Facebook, one thing we all do like mention is about our entry requirements, because I know from here we still have some students who might still be thinking of what program to study, when they would like to study, and the chances they would be getting at the University of Lincoln. So our entry requirement is very, very key. And I would say we have a very, very flexible entry requirement. I will start from the undergraduate program. So for any student looking to join us in undergraduate studies, there are different routes you can come into the university. The first route is by doing a foundation program. So for example, if you're here finishing from high school, and if you haven't done any A-level exams, you can as well join our international foundation program. Or if you have a foundation program you could do in country, in Nigeria or in Ghana or in Kenya, wherever it is, you can as well use such foundation certificate to join us at our year 1 in the University of Lincoln. We also have any students who have the IB diploma results between 27 to 34 points. So depending on the course of study, yes, you can join the University of Lincoln in year 1. Another thing in which we also would give opportunity is for students who have a national diploma or a certificate. So if you're here, you have a national diploma or you've studied in college before or a polytechnic and you have a certificate, a transcript, you can use that as well to apply to a year 1 undergraduate program to get a degree, a UG degree. Likewise, sometimes we do have higher than national diploma students who would like to transfer their national diploma into a degree. They just come into the university to join us at year 2 or year 1, depending on the program and their experience and their previous place of study. So on my slide right now, you'll be seeing what's called advanced entry. So advanced entry basically is for students who would like to continue studying in the UK. We call that direct entry. So let's say, for example, if we have a listener here and you study in University of Lagos and you're in your year 3 or your year 2 and you wish to continue studying in the UK, yes, you can use your transcript, apply to the University of Lincoln, and then join our year 2 or our final year, which is year 3, depending on your experience and the department you'll be going to. So moving on to the postgraduate entry, minimum requirements basically is 2.2, but not to worry, we also have a ranges of a program in which we accept third class students in. So I will talk about that in other slides. So our postgraduate entry would expect students normally, because most of our program will require 2.2 and above. So that's a 2.5 of a CGPA of 5, or if your total school CGPA is 4, we would expect the equivalent of a 2.2 for you to submit to most of our PG program. And of course, to do a PhD would require you to have a master's degree to join us. You make your application, you submit your research proposal, your transcript, and then your personal statement, in which you'll be uploading on our OneUni system. So again, if you are here, you've not made your application, and you are willing to join us in October or next year, January, February, I would encourage you to please get in touch with our partnering agents. They'll be able to support you with all the information you need and all the support to come into the University of Lincoln. Moving on to English language requirements. So it's also good to know that when you're applying into University of Lincoln or into the UK, you need to show an English proficiency. So at the University of Lincoln, we accept different certification, different exam results. For example, we understand that as a Nigerian student or Ghanaian student or whatever African student, wherever you're watching us from, you will have your SSC certificate results, because most African countries do speak English. And we already have the information that you have studied in English all through your life. So in order for you to show this proof of proficiency, what the university will need from you normally is your WAEC results. If you have your WAEC, if you're in Ghana, if you have your WAEC result, you can use that. If you're in Kenya, you can use your KCSE, your SSC certificate exam. Then, if it's within 5 years, that is enough. But if it's more than 5 years, what we'd expect is for you to submit your WAEC and attach your degree certificate if you're coming to do a postgraduate degree. So as you can see, there's a lot of flexibility there. And for students who do not meet the English language entry proficiency requirements, you can as well write the IELTS exam. So currently, we are aware that students can write the face-to-face IELTS exam, but you can submit the IELTS indicator test. We also accept language certs. We accept TOEFL, IBT. We also accept Duolingo. So, but the acceptance of IELTS indicator is based on the pandemic issue and is only for October entry. But be rest assured, as a Nigerian or Ghana student, as long as you have your WASE, that can be used as a waiver for you. The most important part, which I'm very sure most of you watching me right here would like to ask, is tuition fees. So before I go into the tuition fee, I will still encourage you, please drop your question at the chat section. If you're watching us from the YouTube, please drop your question. If you're watching us from Facebook, please drop your question. So I'll be here to answer every of your question and give you all the support you need. And also our representative, in which we are having this webinar in partnership with, will be supporting you. SI UK will be supporting you. So our tuition fee ranges from 14,000 to 16,000. So if you will be coming to do an undergraduate course, normally you'll be expecting to pay within 1,400 to 1,600 per year. So our undergraduate program is 3 years. If you're coming to do advanced entry, depending on your experience and your previous course of study, you can join at our second year or third year. So for postgraduate study, our prices ranges from, our cost ranges from 14,300 to 16,000. I'm sure when I mention this amount, some of you here will say, oh, wow, this is in pounds, it might be much. Is there any opportunity for scholarship? Yes, there is opportunity for scholarship. So I'm going to talk about scholarship as well. For PhD, your price ranges from 1,400 to 1,600 per year. But for masters, you just only pay one-off payment. This is just a year. So the most important part before I move to scholarships and other opportunities we have at the University of Lincoln. Now, the normal process is when you make your application, because I do encourage students to make use of agents, make use of our representatives. They're very good and they would help you from the beginning to the end, and you have nothing to lose. When you make your application online, the next step is your application goes to the admission team, who will look through your application, send you an email, tell you the updates. If there's any further documents they will be requiring, they will send that to you. Then they send you your offer. If your document is not complete, but needed like one doc or two documents, they can say give you a conditional offer till you meet the requirement. If you have all your documents in, you have your unconditional offer. Normally, for students, for example, who are coming to join us in October, once you have your unconditional offer, the next step is to pay your £2,000 deposit to get your CAS. Now, the question is, what is CAS? CAS is an acceptance letter, which would normally have all the information about your study and your unique number to make your UKVI application. That is to get your Tier 4 visa to study in the UK, to study with University of Lincoln. So the university right now have provided a more flexible time and deadline for CAS request. So if you're here and you'll be joining us in October, you have the grace to request for CAS till the 5th of October, 2020. So, and it depends on whenever or what type of visa application you'll be doing. Normally, if you'll be doing a standard visa application, which would take like 30 days, 30 working days, we would expect you to get your CAS on time before 14th of September. If you'll be doing the priority visa application, we expect you to get your visa on or before 28th of September. Make sure you request that in advance so that the admission team will prepare that and send it over to you. We also have in the past students who have done super priority, depending on how late you're organizing your accounts and all your documents. That is why we have agreed to extend CAS request till 5th of October. But for more information about how to request for CAS, if you are here, you're looking to join University of Lincoln, you've been having issues, please feel free to contact me. I want to share my details or contact our agent, SI UK. They would support you and they know how to get in touch with the university. Or you can email international@lincoln.ac.uk to discuss options. So one thing I also want you to know is about our CAS deposit. For CAS deposits, there are ways in which students are allowed to pay. If you have your one-off payment, you can pay your fee straight away. And of course, information to pay your fee is on our website. We have what we call Flywire. So Flywire is like an online payment system in which the university had made very, very much available to make payments easier for students. So normally, what we'll do is when you're ready to pay, you go on our website, click on the Flywire and enter either your debit card or your credit card. That makes things easier instead of going to bank to do deposits. But if you're having issues to pay through our Flywire, what we'll normally do is to send our account details to you. Our finance team will send account details to you where you get in touch with us, and then you can make the bank payment option. So the steps are, you get your offer, pay your £2,000 deposits, then request for CAS online on your One Uni system, because when you get offer, you will normally be sent a link to access our One Uni online system where you can request for CAS. When you request for CAS, you apply for your visa. When you come, you are expected to pay 50% of your fee prior to enrollment. And also, the remaining 50% will be spread across 9 months. So because of the pandemic this year, the university will be extending enrollment dates. So that date will be communicated to all our agents once it's set. But be rest assured, we have enrollment date extended to more than 2 weeks. So the university is going to be more flexible this time, so as to give students more opportunity to plan and also to prepare themselves to come into the UK. So currently on my slide, I have scholarships, which I know most of you will be very, very much interested to hear if you're a student here. So at the University of Lincoln, we have different ranges of scholarship in which students can access. Before I continue, I will also encourage you, if you have questions, please feel free to drop that at the chat. After this presentation, we'll take them one by one. So we have what is called the £2,000 Global Undergraduate Scholarship. That is a guaranteed scholarship for international students coming to join our year 1 for undergraduate degree. We have the £2,000 top-up scholarship for students who is doing an advanced entry or top-up. So what is called top-up? I mentioned, for example, if you have a student who have an HND and you feel you want to convert that into a degree, you can do a top-up by joining our final year undergraduate, depending on your past experience. Then you do the 1 year, then have a degree. Yes, we do that. So it's the same thing we call our advanced entry. The third scholarship is the £2,000 Global Postgraduate Scholarship. So that is also guaranteed. As long as you have your 2-2 and above, you apply to us, you have that guaranteed. But there's another scholarship in which we call the £5,000. For £5,000 scholarship, it's for students who have a 2-2, who have an offer with us, and who want to get more advantage of our African scholarship. All you need to do is to go on our website, go on the search button, type in scholarships, you get in scholarship and bursary, click on that, it takes you to the list of scholarships we have. When you go under the African scholarship, you can download the form, fill that in, and send back to us. Now, how do you fill the application form? I'm going to talk about that later. So I'm going to be giving you some tips in which you need. For £5,000 scholarship, is very, very unique. It's unlimited. You can compare it with the 50% because 50% is also very competitive. But the good thing about £5,000 scholarship is you can either fill the form, write a 200 to 300 word essay, send that back. As long as you made the 2-2 and fill in the essay, you will be guaranteed a £5,000 scholarship. So moving to the major one in which most of us might be interested in is the 50% scholarship. So the 50% scholarship basically at the University of Lincoln is for high achieving students. Our undergraduate and postgraduate thoughts, which is undergraduate and master student, can access the 50% scholarship. But of course, it's very, very competitive. If you are your UG student, you need to write a very in-depth essay. At the same time, it is similar to the application form for £5,000 scholarship. You go on our website as well, download that and write a 500-word statement essay. So there are two different questions. They are split into one of them 300 words, the second 200 words. If you're a PGT student, we will expect you to have a 2-1 and above to apply. In a year, we give a maximum of 40 students. So as you can see, the 50% global scholarship is very, very competitive. But in the past, we have students who have applied to 50%. If they don't get it, we will always offer you a £5,000 scholarship. So, and also be rest assured that if you're getting the scholarship, 50% is 50% of your first year payment for UG students, which is the undergraduate. But for masters, it's 50% of your study, because masters, they pay one-off 1 year. So as a reminder, you also need to be aware of our deadlines. If you have applied to the University of Lincoln and you're watching me right now, listening to my presentation, I will encourage you to please put in your application on or before 7th of August. That's the third round. The first round is passed. The second round, which is June, is passed. Now the third round is 7th of August, 2020. For program commencing February 2021 or January 2021, the first round is at 2nd of October and 13th of November. But be rest assured that this year, the university is also looking into extending dates of scholarship application. But the major thing is to be at the safer side. I encourage you to please fill in your application. And also on my presentation, if you are not able to get the site online, just click on www.lincoln.ac.uk/international scholarships. That will take you into the site. Now, talking about the scholarship form itself, because earlier I mentioned I'm going to be giving students and every of my viewers tips. So for our application, this is how the application would normally look like. So the first thing on the form basically is your details, your applicant ID, because we would expect that you've submitted your application to the University of Lincoln, your address, your email address, or your agent's address. Of course, I would advise you make use of agents. We have SI UK who will support you with all your application. It makes life easier. Because one thing I do mention to students, it doesn't cost you anything when you have a system that could help you through your application from beginning to the end. So The other side of my slide, which is the right-hand side, which might be your left hand over there, is a sample of questions in which we'll ask. Normally, when you fill the form, the general question we ask is your academic achievement. As a UG student, we would normally expect you to write about your experience in your high school, or if you're volunteering in a church, in a mosque, or volunteering in an NGO, or anywhere. That could be a better experience for you to put down in the form. We also would normally ask about any other noteworthy achievement which you demonstrated, your personal endeavor. The second question would be your aspiration, your career aspiration, what motivates you to succeed, and the key reason why you have chosen to study at the University of Lincoln, and how your studies will help you to work towards meeting your ambitions. So as you can see, the questions are really, really simple. I will encourage you, if you have an offer with us, if you're interested in this scholarship, which I'm very sure people will be interested, because it's an opportunity and you have nothing to lose if you have a scholarship. It's an advantage to you, is that you download the form today, fill and send it into our INT Scholarship email. So the INT Scholarship email is on our form. That's the intscholarship@lincoln.ac.uk. The next current opportunity is the other options, flexibility we have. Earlier I mentioned that we accept 2 and above. And there are also some programs in which we have now made flexible for third class students. So for example, we have programs like our MSc Crisis Disaster Management, our MSc Event Management, our MSc Fashion Management, International Business, our International Hospitality Management, the one with professional practice, our International Tourism Management with professional practice, our MSc Logistics and Global Operations, MSc Management, our MSc Management and International Relations, our MSc Marketing, MSc Marketing with Luxury Brands, and our MSc Tourism and Marketing. For all these programs I've listed, students with third class can apply. All you need to do is fill in the online application form, submit your transcript, your degree certificate, submit your personal statement, upload it online, submit your WASE as a proof of English, and then we'll sit back and wait for the university to give you an offer. So it's as straight, simple. For master's program, we have a list of master's programs that could offer master students placement opportunity. We have our MSc Management, which have a 1-year study and 1-year placement. Now, I'm very sure the question any of you will ask me is, do I have to pay for my 1-year placement? No. If you're doing a master's with the University of Lincoln, when you pay your first year as a master's student, the second year, which is your placement year, is free of charge for you. It's free. What we would expect the student to do is to go and get a company, whether within the UK, which we know most of our students would normally do, and then have a work experience for 1 year. Other programs in which we give placement opportunity is the MSc Marketing, which has 1-year placement. MSc Accounting and Finance also has 1-year placement. MSc International Hospitality Management have 1-year placement. MSc International Tourism Management have 1-year placement. MSc Engineering Management with 8-month placement. And of course, our MSc Agri-Food Technology with 6-month placement. So if you've not applied and you're listening to me, I would advise you, hurry up, get in touch with SI UK and putting your application ASAP. So the most interesting part is for you to discover our university. I'm going to be showing you some video at the end of the slide, just for you, our viewers, to get the vibe, to know how beautiful the campus is, how historical the campus is. On my current slide, you'll be seeing a view of the university. Now, this is how our campus is. This is the view of the campus at night. A very beautiful cities, all light up. We have a water side. We have so many places to visit, so many places to have fun, meet friends, improve your intercultural competence. The University of Lincoln have been ranked top 10 in the UK for good facility, according to Time Higher Education Student Experience Survey 2018. So you can be rest assured that you're coming to an institution that would give you a life-changing education. And one thing to also mention before talking about the accommodation is the quality of teaching. We have been ranked gold in our teaching excellence framework in the UK. And that is something and it's an achievement the university is proud of. In terms of accommodation, the university have about 21 halls of residence. Students can choose any of them. But of course, for you to be able to choose our accommodation, after your offer, you pay your deposit, you need to email the accommodation team or go on our website. You email them, they give you options of picking out of the available accommodations. So to be rest assured, Lincoln is very affordable because Lincoln has been ranked the 5th in the UK for accommodation rooms. Yes, it's very affordable. The standard of living is very affordable. It's safe. You coming to Lincoln, you're rest assured, you're not coming to a city with disaster or city with a lot of crimes. No, you're coming to a city that has a good prospect, a city that is affordable, safe for everyone to live. So accommodation in Lincoln, as I mentioned earlier, is very, very cheap. For example, we have students who are living in accommodation 360, 390, 400, 450, 500, depending on how big the accommodation is. So bills inclusive. And also if students decide to stay with private letting, which is private landlord, they have the options of going out of campus to get accommodation. So accommodation is normally within 10 to 16 minutes to the university, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, depending on the distance. So you rest assured that you're closer to the university. Our African community is also one thing I would like to mention. I'm very sure if I ask every one of us here or anyone viewing me right now, why do you want to study in the UK? Why do you want to study? Most times it's about having the outstanding degree and also having the intercultural experience, making you outstanding in whatever you do and giving you a good career prospect. One added value that the University of Lincoln gives students and would also give you is our African community. The opportunity to meet students from other places, the opportunity for you to bring your idea, your culture, and opportunity for students to learn from you and you learn from them. So our African students are popularly known to enroll in our engineering, international business program, computer science, law, agri-food tech. Recently, we have been seeing a lot of marketing. We have been seeing a lot of international tourism. Yes, we've been seeing a lot of that. And you coming to study at University of Lincoln, be rest assured that you're coming to a community where you meet people of like minds. Currently, we have about 33 other African staff who are here. African staff means staff who are originally from Nigeria. We have people from Ghana, people from Kenya, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Egypt, who are staff on campus, who are lecturers on campus. So you're not coming to a city where you don't have people to talk to or people to rely on. In terms of graduate destination, our alumni have gone to several companies, name it, our NHS Foundation Trust, which is the biggest healthcare sector in the UK. We also have some of our students who have worked in other universities. We have some of them who are working in car producing companies. So name them all, African students. On my current slides, you will be seeing a picture of a man down my slides. So he is Lord Adebowale. He is the current chancellor of the university. So our university is very diverse, open to diverse culture and diverse people from different places. Our current vice chancellor, she's from South Africa, Professor Mary. So as you can see, right from the head to other staffs is a mixed community. People from different places coming to bring their ideas and coming to bring what they have to improve the quality of teaching for students. Another thing in which I want to make mention is the opportunity as the student union. The University of Lincoln have a very good student representative body. that have about 130 sport clubs and society. I will mention an example. They are one of our alumni. I'll call her alumni because she just recently finished. She is the current vice president international, and she's from Ghana. She won an election this year, and then she will be paid 17,000 over a year. So there are lots of opportunity students can benefit from. When you come to study at the University of Lincoln. We encourage students get involved in volunteering activities, get involved in the student union, get involved in being a student ambassador, and get a lot of experience that would improve you and increase your career prospects. The other opportunity you can also benefit from the student union is being part of our international student group. They also, in one time of the year, organize career booster workshops. They also have student opportunities in which you can apply to. They also have an independent advice center that could help students who are having a need to talk to someone, especially when they are under pressure in studying or you want to ask them about career. They will always signpost you to the right services. One other thing in which you can also enjoy from is our entertainment venue. We have our engine shed where a lot of events is being hosted. We have Tower Bars and we have the Swan, which is the University Student Union Bar. Another thing in which the union also organized is the UK trips for international students. So in the past, they've been trips to other places in the UK just to give students an opportunity to know the UK and to know other places in the UK. Now, the next update will be what our university have put in plan to support students for COVID-19. Yes, because we are all out to support you, even right at this time, and we will continue to do. The University of Lincoln has put together different opportunities and different things to support students, especially students coming to study with us in October. The first thing to start with is that normally our start date is supposed to be September, but now the university have moved it to 12th of October to give more flexibility for students to get any of their outstanding documents. Another one is the extension of our CAS request date or time. Also, for students who don't meet the English requirements, we accept our WASE, which is normal standard. We accept the online tests, TOEFL, IELTS indicator. Another thing in which I want to mention is we're also looking to extend our scholarship deadline. It's been extended, but if there's any further need to extend, we will definitely do that. But that now is at the 7th of August for the third round. Other opportunities in which we've opened up is for students who can't write the exam and they want to go through our pre-sessional English program. We have what we call the Peace course, which enables students to study English for 5 weeks or 10 weeks. Of course, it's paid for. We have an online version of it, which students can access before coming to study with us. The most important one in which I know you want to hear right now is what happens to me when I arrive to the UK. What the university have in plan for every student who will be joining us in October, as long as you're coming on or before 25th of September 2020, the university will be isolating you for 14 days. And that's the government policy, and that's the policy we have put in place to make sure that every of our incoming students are safe. So be rest assured that you're safe. Be rest assured to tell your parent that you're safe. We have what is called the free airport pickup service. Yes, we'll be offering that to all our international students and EU students. But as Nigerian students, you fall under an international student, you'll be benefiting from that, especially if you're coming on or before 25th of September. The university will be sending a specific time and date in which they'll be organizing that. So students are rest assured that they are in safe hands and they'll be fine and they will know when to book their flights for. Other things in which the university will be providing is, especially if you're picking the university manager accommodation, the university will isolate you for 14 days. And during that 14 days, your accommodation payment is free. For that 2 weeks, the university will not, you won't be paying money for that. There will be free food, free drinks to suit cultural preference. Yes, we are all out to support you. We'll also be providing welcome packs that will consist beddings, towel, toiletries, kitchen equipment, including rice cooker, We'll also be providing the IT equipment for students who don't have access to laptops within that 2 weeks. University will give you access to laptops in order for you to do your bank applications or check so many other things you would like to check online. And in terms of social activities, we'll also be organizing online social activities so you can meet other international students, make friends, and plan yourself for the teaching. The good thing to know is that after you've been isolated, students are being sent to their respective halls of residence or their rooms, their accommodation. And then our teaching approach, we planned, or we have already all agreed to have a mixed range of teaching. So if you're coming to study with us starting in October, your teaching is going to be a mixed one. We have a face-to-face and online session. And the reason why the university have prepared this is to ensure that people don't have too much of one-to-one contact. So we rest assured that we are following the 2 meters policy, and we assure that our staff and students are safe. So social activities will be online. If there's any need to come to class, for example, students who might be doing like practicals, experiments, those ones that there is a need for them to come to the lab, then the university will organize things in place for that. But be rest assured that your teaching for this year is a mixture of face-to-face and online session. So for online access, we have what they call the e-Blackboard, which of course all universities have, and our university have also designed a more accessible one and visual one. So if you'll be joining us, rest assured that you have everything available for you to have a smooth and safe learning with the university. For more information, on my slides, I have details of our English Language Center, accommodation services. We also have the on-campus health center where you could register for your general practice, your doctor. So as a student, you come to the UK, we normally expect you to do your healthcare registration. So when you're doing your visa application, you'll be paying for your IHS, which automatically allows you to access the healthcare center. Also, on a campus, we have the Student Support Center that could advise you on maybe a visa application for your dependent, if you have any dependents, well-being services. If you have a disability, we have a team that could support you. We have counseling services, and we have a chaplain on campus who can support you in terms of faith and belief. For more information, please do not hesitate to email us at international@lincoln.ac.uk. And if you want further information on admission, it will be better to email the interadmission@lincoln.ac.uk. The final information I have here is a video that shows a general view of the university and some of our building. So I'm going to play that now, and I'll still encourage you to please drop your question at the chat section. After the video is finished, then I will take the question one by one. This is a general overview of the university. We have our Minerva building, where the Student Support Center is. We have our engine shed, where the Student Union building is. We also have the Arts and Architecture Design building, the library, where you have access to journals, articles, and books. We have our Media, Humanity, and Technology building. We have our Sports Center. We have our Joseph Town building. We have our Two Towns for Business Club. We have our Lincoln Performing Arts Center for art students, Sarah Street building for health and social care. And we have our Isaac Newton building, which is for engineering students. So this is just a short video to show you some of our building. As I mentioned earlier, the university is located at the city center, close to all shops, close to grocery stores, close to the train station, just 5 minutes to the train station. So also on the other side of the video, you have my contact details. If you want to contact me, you can always contact me at yogedenge@lincoln.ac.uk or WhatsApp me at +447500977150, or you can message me on Instagram at Africa Uni Lincoln. So I'm thinking I'm going to open up the forum for question, and I would assume there's a question. So Bimbo,
Hello.
over to you.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you very much, Yetunde, for that wonderful presentation. It's very insightful. I'm sure many people are already feeling like being University of Lincoln already, especially hearing the part of the food, free drink and food. I can already imagine what's going on in the mind of some people. So thank you so much for that presentation. We'll quickly go to the question and answer session. So the first question here is from Marvelous Adeshola, and he wants to know if we can have a platform that can unite Nigerian and Ghanaian students that are resuming in September.
Okay, that's a very good question. Yes, we do. So currently, the Student Union, we have what they call the African Caribbean Society. So normally when the new students come, what we do is we hand them over to the Student Union. We encourage them to get involved. So for Marvelous, who is coming to join us, you rest assured that you have a support system for that. So apart from the African Caribbean Society, we have the International Student Group. And also, we are also encouraging students to open up more society. So Marvelous, if you're coming, if you want to start up a Nigerian society separately from the ACS, or you want to start up a Ghanaian society or a Nigerian and Ghanaian society, it's highly welcome. So when you come, I will introduce you to the new Vice President for International, who happens to be a Ghanaian student. She's very welcoming. She's very, very nice, and she will help you and support you all through. But be rest assured there's a society to support you.
Okay, thank you for that. Next question is still from Marvelous, and he wants to know, I guess he meant the bank rate versus Flywire. He wants to know which one is better. What's the school's rate? I believe he meant was the bank's rate for the school.
Yeah. That's a very good question. So the rates, it varies actually, but I know Flywire would normally be the rate of the current exchange rate, but Flywire will also have their charge. But the reason why most times I encourage students to pay through Flywire is that what you just need to do is to go online and put in your credit card. Because for you to pay in bank, bank will also charge you. You will need to go to bank, fill some forms, and you will still be charged. So the major advice I do give students is just pay through Flywire because it's quite easier at your comfort zone. In the past, I've had students who wanted to pay through bank, but they later changed their mind because when they saw the bank charge rate and the stress they were going to go through, because every bank have their ways, especially if you are paying to international bank. Some bank will tell you to fill a Form A form. When you fill that, they will then process that and send that to the bank of the school. But for Flywire, all you need to put is just the details of your credit or debit card, and that take care of the rest online. So for that student, I encourage you to pay through Flywire. But if you can't and it's difficult or you can't access it, you can go through your bank. But Flywire is faster. You get your receipt faster. For bank, they will need to process the money. The only thing you have as evidence of payment is your teller or whatever copy or form you filled. But for Flywire, once you pay online, it gives you a receipt that shows that you've paid money into University of Lincoln straight away. So I will encourage you, make use of Flywire.
All right, thank you very much, Yetunde. So next question is from Michael Olamide, and he wants to know how to apply to University of Lincoln.
Okay, so Olamide, thank you for joining. And I will assume if you're looking to study at the University of Lincoln in October, we still accept late application. If you want to join us this year, I will encourage you to make your application ASAP. As I mentioned, this webinar is organized in conjunction with SIUK. They would help you with your application. So Olamide, if you're looking to do a master's program, it's quite easy. Get in touch with Bimbo. She's here on this platform. She can always send you a detail because I encourage students or a prospective student, make sure you apply through agents. Some apply directly, but to make things easier for you, you have staff that could support you with no cost at your side. So put in your application. All you need is your transcripts, your degree certificates, your WAEC results certificates, and online they require a personal statement. Why exactly are you studying for your preferred choice of program? So if you're looking to join us, please submit your application ASAP. If you're looking to join us February, you can submit your application and get a conditional offer or unconditional offer, then plan towards your coming for February. And if you're looking to do a health, nursing or social work or occupational therapy, application is open and will be closing October. So they have various deadlines. So Olamide, please and please, if you're interested, get in touch with Bimbo or any of our SI UK staff that is here, and they would support you from beginning to the end.
All right, thank you very much, Yetunde. So, Michael, one of our counselors will contact you and can take it up from there. So, what's the next question, which is from Prosper Tunes from YouTube, and it says, "And for the tuition fees, can it be paid instrumentally?" I want to know the installment plan.
Okay. Yes, it can. So the way it works is that we've had in the past where students pay their fees straight away. But if you want to pay instrumental, you can always arrange that with the university. As I mentioned, what the student will need to do is just to email our international@lincoln.ac.uk, making them know that you are paying instrumental. What we expect from students is when you get your unconditional offer, students, you pay your £2,000 to get your CAS. When you get your CAS, that CAS, and then you prepare your bank statement, of course, for UKVI application. When you come on campus, we would require you to pay 50% of the fee before enrollment, and then the remaining 50%, you can then split it across 9 months. But of course, you can always have a discussion with the university that you're paying in instrumental. So we'll always agree to that.
All right, thank you. So the next question is from Kenneth Gallo. He wants to know if there is public health available, any health-related course.
Yes, we do have health-related program. Public health, no, for now. But there are also other health-related programs that student can apply to. So for that student, what I would encourage is if you can get in touch with me, or rather get in touch with Bimbo, and I'm going to send list of other healthcare or health program available. I'll send it to Bimbo, and then Bimbo, if you can get across to that student, that would be better. Currently, we don't have public health, but the truth is there are also other healthcare programs that you can benefit from. The question I do ask students, if you're doing public health, why do you want to do public health? Most times, public health, we have students who have maybe studied medicine, nursing. They like going into public health. But one thing I always encourage students, when you're picking a course, pick a program that after finishing, you know there's a job waiting for you out there. It's very important. That's what I do encourage students. It's very, very important. So for that student, please, SI UK will drop their details. I'm going to send a list of health, our health program. We have biotechnology. We have different things that have a lot of opportunity. We have different programs that you can even do association. There's a registration that backs it up. A social work has a registration that backs it up. And at the end of the day, you don't have problem with jobs application. So you need to look into a program you're applying to before applying. It's not just having an idea, I want to do public health because people are doing public health, or that's what you think would be better for you. But if we don't have public health, there are also other options.
All right, thank you very much. Next question is coming from Marvelous. He has like 3 questions in one. First, he wants to know, he said he has applied for CAS 3 days ago. When is he likely to get his CAS? Okay. And yes, maybe we can answer that first.
Right. So Marvelous. So if Marvelous who have applied for his CAS, normally I would advise you to give them like a week or 2, because your CAS, they will need to type that up. CAS information basically is mostly a page or 2 pages. For them to give you CAS, they will need to get your unique number. They need to get every details of your information on that CAS. It has to be a decision. When they get the CAS, UKVI are aware that you're coming. I would advise marvelous. If you've applied for your CAS will definitely get back to you. So because it's 3 months before resumption, it's good that you have applied, but be expecting that a week or two. Do you get? Because we're also monitoring when the embassy is also going to be open. If we give you your CAS now, your CAS will be valid for 3 months. So if your CAS is given to you now, an embassy is not open, time will be running also on the CAS. So we are also being careful to give student CAS at the right time. Normally, CAS will run out every 3 months. If you give you your CAS, our embassy is not open next month, it means 1 month is gone. You have only 2 months to use the CAS. So for Marvelous, I would advise you, after a week or two, you can email me through PIMPO or any our representative that is helping you out. I will always follow up for you. As I said, my email is yogenge@lincoln.ac.uk, is on the screen. So I'm always available.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, a quick one to add to that. It's a good thing to know that UKVI will be opening the VAC in Nigeria on the 27th of this month. So they start accepting applications. Yeah, so people can now apply for their visas, book appointments, and then they'll start attending to them from 27th.
No, that's good.
Okay. So next question also is from Marvelous. I'll take the two questions together. The first one is if he can live off campus, I mean, must he stay in school apartment? And the second question is about the isolation, 2 weeks isolation. Does he need university? Must he be under university accommodation for the 2 weeks isolation?
Okay. For the 2 weeks isolation, is not a must. You can, if you have a family in Lincoln or maybe Nottingham, because we have students who live in Nottingham with their family, and then they come to study, they come to classes here, because it depends on your program. Your program can be 2 classes in a week, but because of this pandemic, your classes will be mixed. So it's not guaranteed that students will always be on campus all the time. But if you are staying on your own, we would all encourage you to isolate yourself. The reason is that if you're coming to a private letting, we can't guarantee that wherever you're going in a private letting, if they are not infected or not. So all what we were just trying to do is to ensure that our students are safe. And if you have a family that you're coming to visit, or you're going to be staying with, that's fine. But we still encourage you to isolate, because the way it is, the way the pandemic is that you that you're coming, you would know that you will have contact with people in the plane, on plane. You're coming through the airport, you definitely have contact with people. There are 2 things. It's either you come through the university, or when you go to your destination, make sure you isolate for 14 days. It's for your good and it's for the good of whoever you'll be living with. Because it's possible for a student not to have COVID-19, maybe when coming on the plane. You don't know who you're going to be sitting with. When you come down the plane, you don't know taxi that is going to take you back. But of course, we'll send you time and dates when the university will be doing free pickup service. So you can come with them in the free pickup service and then go to your final destination. But if you know you don't have family around, you don't have anybody around, we advise you can book the university accommodation and join. Then if the accommodation is filled up and you can't join, they tell you there's no space. At least you know you've tried your best, but of course you will benefit, because at this point the accommodation is filled up. But please, if you're staying with a family or staying with a friend, isolate yourself when you come to the UK. It's the UK policy, and we are all trying to adhere to the measures. It's for everybody benefits, and it's for your own benefits. If you want further information, I'll keep you up to date.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Yetunde. So Mohammed wants to know if you accept Cotonou degree, a degree from Cotonou. I'm not sure if that is Odegbe. Maybe that's Odegbe, because I think we get this question.
Okay. If your school is recognized, yes, we will accept it. Cotonou is a place, and I'm sure there are institutions there. The only reason why your degree will not be recognized is if your school is not accredited. As long as the school is recognized as an institution, we accept it. But be rest assured that your school, your institution needs to be recognized, because there are some private institutions that are out there that are not recognized by the government. They're not even recognized outside. If you apply, nobody will accept that. But as long as it's recognized, yes, we will accept it. And you meet the requirements, we will accept it. So if that student haven't applied, I would encourage you, get in touch with our agent.
All right, thank you very much. So next question is like a two-in-one question from Marvelous too, and he wants to know what job opportunities will be available at Lincoln. Would he have to get the job by himself? And then how much is the minimum wage for international students?
Okay, I like answering such a question because I was expecting that someone would ask me. So I'll talk generally for the UK. So at Lincoln, there are other opportunities. So we have what they call student ambassador. But of course, you need to apply to get an opportunity. Let me start from this most important information. When you come to the UK as a student, be rest assured that you are entitled to work 20 hours a week as a student, 20 hours. But recently, because of the pandemic, they made it so a first student can work anytime now during this pandemic. But as a student, you are allowed to work 20 hours a week. And within that 20 hours, when you come to the UK, the first thing first to do is when you come, get your BRP, which is your biometric residence permit. Then apply for your NIN numbers. When you come to the school, as I mentioned, for every student coming, I will always communicate with you. If you're coming, you're here, you're coming to the UK, and you've applied to University of Lincoln, please get in touch with me. When you're coming, I can connect you with the vice president because there are plans. She's also on deck to support every student coming in, to give you general information. Of course, we'll host online events where you can get your information as well. You apply for your NIN. NIN is a unique number that allows you to work in the UK. Without that number, you cannot work. If you come, you get your BRP and you never apply for your NIN, you cannot work legally. You cannot work. So the first thing, get your BRP. When you come, settle accommodation, go online, call the job center, apply for your NIN. After that, you get your NIN. Your NIN normally takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Sometimes some people's NIN number comes within a month. That's why most time when you come, we encourage students to make the application. Immediately you come, get your BRP and make the application. So you know that you're waiting for your NIN to work. Then when you work, you might be lucky to work in any way. If you apply to food processing company, so people apply to be a carer. On campus now, there is no on-campus job because campus is closed. The only job open is the student ambassador. But of course, we already have ambassador applied already. But if you want to be a student ambassador, you can always apply. When we have events, we pay per hour for that. But of course, you need to apply. We also have students who have worked as a carer before. If you're here, you love to care for people, it's open. You can apply to any place. You can apply to a restaurant. You can apply depending on where you want to work and how convenient it is for you. But you can work 20 hours a week. And after your studies, then you cannot work full time. That is the UK VI policy. Do you get? And in the past, we have students who would get £8 per hour, £10 per hour, £50. It depends on the job you apply to. For care jobs, some people get £12, 14, 15, depending. Some get £8, £7.50, depending per hour, depending on the job. So I can't guarantee that when you come, you always get a job, but you need to apply. If you apply, you get. If you don't apply, no job will come to you. That's the way it is.
All right, thank you very much, Yetunde. The next question is about post-study. Akon wants to know more about post-study, work visa, and if this applies for students coming from Nigeria.
Yes, that's a very good question. As long as you're coming to study, in fact, the UK VI, I forgot to mention, I would have mentioned that would bring back the post-study work visa. It's now called the graduate route. So as long as you're finishing next year, from next year, you begin to get the post-study. So if you're here, you're coming to join us September, you're guaranteed to get a post-study work visa, which is 2 years. And for that post-study work visa, you can work full-time. In fact, if you want to work 1 million hours a day, which I know is not possible to work 1 million hours a day, nobody will disturb you because you're using your post-study work visa. So if you're here, let's say, for example, if you have applied for our MSc tourism, which has a 1 year placement, the students who study 1 year, the students who have 1 year placement, and after the 1 year placement, the student can apply for the 2 years post-study work visa. That's 4 years. If your program is a 1 year program, after you finish your 1 year program, but make sure after you finish your study, we have a dedicated visa team on campus who will support you through the process and give you all the details you need to make your post-study work visa application. The rules is now flexible. The government they've made it very flexible for international students. Wherever you're coming from, Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Sudan, Congolese, Cameroon, anywhere, Eritrea, you are eligible as long as you have a valid TF4 and you will be in the UK from next year. So this year, if you're joining, you will always get post-study work visa because you'll be finishing next year, June, July, or September. So you will be eligible. Once you finish your studies, immediately you finish before your graduation, you go meet the visa team, tell them, I'm done with my study. I still have a few months to stay. I want to apply for my post-study. All what they tell you is provide this document, and they will support you. So I'll say for every student who will be coming this year, they are really lucky. You will all be getting the post-study work visa. It's a rules that have been announced and it's guaranteed, especially if you're coming to study now in the UK.
All right, thank you. So the next question from Marvelous. As a master student, he wants to know how many times or how many classes every day of the week he would need to attend.
For that, I can't give you a specific time because, as I mentioned, every program varies. Normally, before the pandemic, we have some people who come to class 3 days a week. Some people come to class 2 days a week. Some come 4 days a week. Some come 5. It depends on your program. The best person that will be able to answer that will be the program leader. But because of the pandemic, university is going to be having a mixed approach, which means technically, if you're coming October, we are still monitoring the pandemic because we are all hearing of second wave of the virus. So the university is making everything possible to ensure that you don't come face to face every time. You can be in your room and access the Zoom class because you can be in your room to access that. So this year, I won't say you come to class twice, 2 times. It depends on your program. But be rest assured that it's going to be a mixture of online and face-to-face because we are keeping the pandemic rules in place to protect you and to protect everyone on campus.
All right, thank you. And then still from Marvelous, he wants to know if it snows in Lincoln.
Yeah, it definitely snows in Lincoln. It's part of the UK. But it's not as, you can't compare it with Scotland. The weather is really good. Now we're in summer. I've not seen snow anywhere. So before we can still see snow, it will be like November, October, depending on the weather. Sometimes the weather fluctuates, but the weather is way better. If you compare it to Scotland, it's way better because Scotland is colder than England. So we are part of England. Weather, once it's summer, is summer. Once it's autumn, is autumn. Once it's winter, is winter. But we are not in winter, we're in summer. So in, say, October when you're coming, it might rain, and to be a bit cold, but not as cold as Scotland. So rest assured that in the UK, you are in the best part. If you're coming to England, you're coming to the best place. I didn't say Scotland is not good, but in terms of weather, England is still, okay than Scotland in terms of weather. So when you're coming, bring your tennis, bring your socks, bring your hand glove, bring your sweater. At least get 2 or 3 thick clothes. Get your shirts. If you're coming earlier than October, because you can always come 3 months before your studies, and it's almost 3 months for studies. Once you get your visa, once the border is open, you can always come 2 months before you start your studies. You get, so it's even good because I do encourage students. Once you pay your CAS, you get your money in your account, apply for your visa, you get your visa, you can come as early as possible to start planning, to start get your BRB, get your NIN, go around. But now no travel going around because of the pandemic. But you can always search online. And if you want to go around, there are grocery stores open. Of course, you need to keep the 2 meters distance, use your mask. That's it. So when you're coming, get your kit, your tennis, your clothes. If you have a mask, you can bring. If you have a mask, you can bring that just to have that if you're going on the plane. Bring your thick clothes to prepare for raining day and cold day. But the weather in England, in Lincoln, is very good. But of course, UK is always cold. You can't compare it to Nigeria, compare it to Ghana.
All right, thank you. Okay, sorry.
Are
you done?
Yes,
okay. All right, so the next question is from Mohammed Sani Yusuf, and he wants to know if he can apply with his NECO result.
Yes, you can. So we accept WAEC and any other SSC results, which is of course NECO, as a English waiver. As long as you have your C6 to A, you can use your NECO as a proof of English. But of course, you need your NECO certificate. So for that student, I will assume you have your NECO certificates. The NECO can be used as an English waiver. It's also an SSC exam. So we accept it.
Okay. Then from Skyline, from YouTube, student wants to know if there's January intake and if he or she can defer September applications to January.
All right. So the way our intake is that we have September intake normally. We have the January intake. We have the February intake. So for students who would like to defer from September, which is now October now, because we're starting October because of the pandemic, there are some of our programs that you can defer to February. January intake is mostly health and social care. Yes, health and social care starts January. Program like our adult nursing, child nursing, mental health nursing, occupational therapy, social work, they start January. The reason why they start January is just to follow the academic calendar because they do 50% work, 50% placement. Programs like Agric Food, our LLM, some of our architecture programs, some of our business programs start September or February. So if you've applied for September and you are here to University of Lincoln, I will tell you to please contact me so I will check if your program can be done in February. But there are most of our programs, we have now moved some of them to February so that students can defer to February because of the pandemic. Please, if you have an offer with University of Lincoln and you want to defer, check with me. So I'll see if your program would also be offered February, then you defer. If not, it means you have to defer to the next academic year.
Okay, thank you. So still from Skylar, student wants to know when is the visa deadline for students coming from Nigeria?
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, for you to apply for your visa, all you need is prepare your documents, which I know SIUK will always support you to give you the information you need. You need your CAS. Now, our CAS request deadline is 5th of October. Normally, it is September, but we've increased it with a month to allow students to continue to request. If you request till 5th of, if you request your CAS now, maybe 4th of October, you can still request and get it. And then join us October ending. But we encourage you, if you have paid, request on time, apply on time. It's even beneficial for you to come on time so that when you come, you prepare yourself, you get your NIN. And if you want to do your 20 hours, you can be managing your 20 hours till class starts. But be rest assured that if you apply late, you get your CAS late, which means you might not be able to meet up to standard visa application. If you really look at it, when you're applying for your visa, there are 3 different visa you can make. Either the standard, priority, or super priority. And you know that super priority is very expensive. Standard visa application is cheaper and it takes 30 working days. For priority, it might take a week or 2. depending on your case. If it's the super priority, sometimes 24 hours. If your case is a bit critical, it might take a week. So if you have the money for super priority, you can request for your CAS later, but make sure it's on or before 5th of October so that you can apply. But of course, you'll be applying for super priority or priority so that you can meet up with the entry time, because students will only be allowed to resume later than 2 weeks of resumption. You can only give a grace of 2 weeks. So if we are resuming 12th of October, add 2 weeks to the 12th of October. That's your grace. So I will encourage you, request for your CAS on time if you can.
All right, thank you. So the next question. As a master's student, can my 20 hours per week of work sustain my accommodation and feeding? I want you to be blunt if you can, please. Can 20 hours weekly job sort my rent of 100 to 150 pounds and I will still survive?
So as I mentioned, normally before you come to the UK VI will expect you to have money in your account to take care of yourself. That's guaranteed. So, but of course, as a student, you want to gain extra money. Okay, let's do this calculation. If you have got a job and you are paid £8 per hour and you are only entitled to work 20 hours a week, 20 times 8 is £160 a week. If you do that job 2020, do it for a month. Now, multiply 160 times 4. That's approximately 540 a month, right? If you are paying, sorry?
That should be 640.
640, thank you. 640 a month. If you are having 640 to gain, it's not a lot, but it's something. And you are paying a bills of 400. Let's say you are living large, because there are some people who are paying 390, 360 with bills. It will remain 140 for you. That 140, you can buy food because you're not paying any bills again. And you can buy your monthly bus pass from it and keep the remaining one. Or if you want to go cheaper, you can get a house of 350, 360. If you are getting a room of, let's say, 360 from it, you have more than 140 to save. And also, that is if you are earning less, like £8. Now imagine if you're earning £10 per hour. If you're earning £10 per hour, that's £200 a week. £200 a week times 4, that's £800. If you're paying a good, you're staying in maybe you want to live lavishly a bit, you're paying 400 with bills inclusive, not far from the uni. We make £400 for you in a month. You can, with 150 pounds, you can load your house for 1 month. That's the truth. Because most of our food here, your rice, £5. Maybe you're buying palm oil, £2 something. You're buying stew. Except if the only time this money will not be enough for you is if you are someone who like buying, going to the bar to drink, to eat every day. Maybe you spend £100 to eat every day. That's when the money will not be enough to you. But if you cook in your house, which all the amenities will be in any flat you rent, you don't have any problem. Plus the money that you have in your account to take care of yourself as living expense, you always have enough to save. Anytime you're done with your study and you have a free 10 time, you can work full time and you get extra money. That's the way it works. When you come as a student, of course, you have the student union staff who would support you and give you all the information you need.
Okay, right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Itune. So we have 2 more questions to go. One is from Benedict Eze, and he says that he was thinking school would be the ones to issue visa to students interested.
School will not issue visa to you interested. When the student said issue visa, do they mean the post-study work visa or the school visa?
Well, I'm not sure. I want to assume it's the first visa, which is a Tier 4 visa.
The visa is handled by UKVI. That is why most times we encourage students to make sure they meet the standard requirements of UKVI, which is why I say if you're making your application, please make it through our representative. Most times we have students who say they can make visa application themselves. We have SIUK, which we are having this event with. They have all the knowledge of all the documents you need. They will help you look through the UKVI website to see that you have all the documents. The only thing the school will give you is the sponsorship letter, which is your CAS. And with the sponsorship letter, you will get your visa as long as you meet the UKVI requirements. The UKVI requirements it requires you to have a certain amount of your money, up to more than £9,000, to show that you can take care of yourself for that year. And that money have to be in your account nothing less than a month or 28 days. If that money is not in your account, the UKVI will reject you. That's a fact. When you're going to submit your application, you need to carry all your documents. And as an international student, you go through interview process. They will ask you, why are you coming to study in the UK? Of course, you always have something to say. If you apply, I'm applying to accounting because I want to further my studies. And after furthering my studies, I'm going to come back and do something to my country. Or after I finish my study, I want to go to Congo, I want to go to Togo, I want to go to US to do something. But at least all what the UKVI want to see is genuity. I'm telling you, if you don't have your account, your money in your account, nobody, the UKVI will not grant you. It's a separate body that handles coming to the UK. That's the immigration rules. Don't mix the immigration with university. We are an institutional body and we obey the immigration rules. Because we also have our license we need to protect. If we don't follow the rules, it affects our license. So you need to help us by providing the right documents. And we give you a sponsorship. We tell UKVI, this is our sponsor. Yes, this student is our student. He or she is coming to stay with us, and we are responsible for their studies. You are responsible for your accommodation, your feeding in the UK. That is why they've given you 20 hours in a week as an international student to work if you want. Some people, if you don't want to work and you have the money, it's left to you. Nobody will force you to work. Nobody will say stop working. If you are off break and you are on term time means you're not in studies, nothing is happening. You can work anytime you want and save more money. That is the way it works. But please and please, the immigration things are dealt by UKVI, not by the university. The university will not go to UKVI and fight that you must give this person. If you apply and you are denied because your credentials are not complete. You can be denied if you make a mistake in your name. The name on your CAS must be the same with your documents. If it's not the same, if there's any change in name, your marriage certificate or your whatever court, whatever have made you change the name, every of your evidence must be submitted. That is it. You can't come with Oluwasegun Akongbe and then you will not go to UKVI and fill the form and say you are Martha Akongbe Oluwasegun. What of the other matter? Why is it not in your credentials? So students need to get this right. Please, when you're making your application, you have SIUK here working with us. We also have other agents, but this one, based on this webinar, if you're here, apply through SIUK, let them look through your documents. It's like giving you free wine and free food. Why do you want to stress yourself when you have somebody that can help you? So I wonder why students will say, I want to do my application myself, when you have agents that will not even charge you a dime, and then they will sit you down and look through your application. So my advice is don't stress yourself when you have people to help you. Go through the right protocol. If you do it right, you don't have any problem. If you make mistakes, student will always get denied. Any mistake in your name can be a denier because everything has to correspond. It has to be you. So that's the advice I can give.
All right, thank you very much, Yetunde. So next question is from Kate, and she needs to know if she can apply with her GCE results.
Yes, you can apply. GCE is also a WAEC result because we know that there's WAEC, there's May, June, there's November, December. GCE is a general certificate exam. Yes, you can, but please, I will encourage you, get the original certificate from WAEC office. That's what I would advise you. Everything.
So, all right, sorry, please go ahead.
Students need to understand something. You're coming to a country that has its policy. In Nigeria, most times when students write GCE, once they print the online printing, that's the end. They just go, they forget about certificate in WAEC and continue life. The system in the UK is different from Nigerian system because everything is documented. If you have written your GC and you've not gotten your original certificate, you can why not just request it? If you have not applied, request it down now and have it, or let them give you an official one. I know that one is official as well, but it's printed on the website. But please, you can go on into WAEC office and tell them to give you an authenticated one as well that has everything about WAEC on it and everything like that. Do you get a certificate from them? If you can't, then we know that you're not getting from them. There's a problem with it. Then you can always complain to the university. This is what I am able to get. But if you can, please get it. WAEC can always give you a GC certificate. You know how it works in Nigeria. It's not something I can mention on YouTube, but you need to meet people and tell them this is what I want. Sometimes they might charge you. I'm not too sure of that because I don't work in WAEC office, but I'm very sure they should be able to give you an official certificate from their own side. Prepare yourself. You're coming to a different country with a policy because they might ask you, where's your certificate? What do you want us to say? You're going to give them a printout. But not every staff will have the time to go online and be checking your WAEC results to authenticate it. Not everybody will go online. Nigeria, you might give them printout and say, can you authenticate? You give them scratch card. So you just be prepared. That's the only thing I can say. And if there's any issue, please just do let me know.
Okay, right, thank you. So Kate just confirmed that she has a certificate already. So I guess she was just asking if the GC fine. So
she's good to go.
Yeah, so that's good, Kate. As you have your certificate, you're a step closer to getting your visa for September, October, or February, whichever applies to you. All right. So the next question is still from Marvelous Adeshola. Quite curious about the working thing. So it says if a student does 20 hours per week, am I allowed to do my normal business? For example, let's say I sell cars or have a side also. Will it affect my visa?
That person, I was doing your business is in Nigeria, not in the UK. If it's in the UK, as a student, you are not allowed to have a business, full-time business. It's against the rule. If you have your business in Nigeria or any other country, it's left to you. But if you then want to do a business in the UK after your studies, there's what they call the Tier 1 visa or the startup visa. After your studies, you can always apply for that to have a business in the UK. Of course, it's going to be another topic. For that student, when you come in, there is an avenue for you to see people one-on-one to chat about that. So I would advise that student, if you're coming, you always have an avenue to chat about that. But as a student, you cannot do full business in the UK and still study in the UK. You are breaking their immigration rules. The rule is the rule. You are allowed to work. You can do your business. If you have an existing business in Nigeria, continue your business in Nigeria. But in the UK, because you've been restricted to 20 hours, except your 10th time. And for you to do a business in the UK as well, is it registered in the UK? That's what I'm saying. Students need to understand the rules. There are rules to everything. As long as you can abide with the rules, you have a free and smooth life. If you want to do a business, you can always switch from a Tier 4. Immediately after your studies, you can apply for a startup visa that allows you to have a business in the UK. You are registered for that and you have a full-time business in the UK. But of course, everything is step by step and is procedure. For that students, where you come, we have a dedicated team. We have a business hub here in the University of Lincoln. If you want to start a business after your study, they can support you on how you can start here and give you all the requirements and how you can switch your visa to that. That's the advice I can give on that part.
Okay, and then one more last question still from him. It says, what if his business, the site also is a forex trading, like online business?
Our advice, can that student message me separately to answer that? Okay. That's the only thing I can say. Yeah.
Okay, so with this, we've come to the end of the Q&A session. Thank you for your time. Yetunde, I'm sure we had a very interactive and most of our questions have been answered. So if you have further questions, you can chat up Yetunde, or you could also get in touch with us for questions relating to your application, the visa processing. Yetunde will always be available for questions relating to the University of Lincoln and any other thing you might want to know. I believe Yetunde, you also study at Lincoln, right?
Actually, no, but I work
Oh,
at Lincoln. Yes.
oh, okay,
But
okay.
yes.
Okay, so
But
actually, I was thinking you actually finished that.
studying Lincoln, yeah.
So she's always available and very helpful for all those inquiries. Yes, I don't know yet if you have a last word you want to say or something you want to tell the students
Yes,
before.
yes, I do have. Thank you so much, Bimbo. Thank you to all SIUK staff. Thank you for organizing this. I think the last thing I would say is if any student is here and if you've applied to University of Lincoln, I would say congratulations. If you're here, you have tutu and you have an offer with us and you haven't applied to £5,000 scholarship, please, opportunity is still open. Go and apply and get your £5,000 scholarship. And if you have not applied at all and you are really keen to join us in October, please meet with Bimbo, meet with SIUK. They would support you with your application so that they can get that in ASAP. If it's next year, it's not too late to start planning and it's not too early to start planning. This is the right time. I want to say thank you to everyone who is watching me or who is watching us right now. Thank you to everyone who has come on the forum. And if you want further question, my details is on the screen. Feel free to get in touch. And also, if you can't get in touch with Bimbo. She knows how to contact me anywhere, anytime. So I'll say thank you so much, guys. And please stay safe. And one thing I can always say is if you're willing to study abroad, willing to study in University of Lincoln, the time to prepare is now. Thank you so much and have a lovely day ahead.
All right, thank you very much. So with this, we come to the end of the session. Let's enjoy the rest of our day. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Okay, bye, everyone.